Hi guys, so today I thought I'd talk, because I did Disney films last week and talked about my top 5 Disney films. I thought this week I'd talk about my top 5 Pixar films because, you know, they're quite linked together, and like Disney, Pixar has been a big part of my sort of film life since I was younger. I still remember going to see Finding Nemo in the cinema when I would have been like, I don't know, 5. But yeah, so I thought today I'll talk about my top 5 Pixar films just like I did with Disney, and you can see what I think and what my favourites are. And so my 5th favourite Disney Pixar film would probably be Up. I think this was the first film I saw in 3D, which was quite an experience. I remember when it came out in, I think, 2010, 2009, so I would have probably been about 12, 11. And I remember like going to see it in 3D, it like blew my mind for the first, like, because again it was the first one I saw in 3D, and now watching films in 3D is just kind of like, it's 3D. But back then, I think it's because Up is such like a colourful movie as well, I just remember being like blown away by it in the cinema, and I still think it holds up today. I think like, I never cry at the beginning, unlike a lot of people. I think it's really lovely, and you know, I get it why people cry. But I cry sort of towards the end when he finds the little the book from Ellie, sort of towards the end of the film. That makes me cry a bit. But I just love Russell and Mr. Fredricksen together. I think they're just really adorable, and you know, the fact that Mr. Fredricksen's kind of reluctant to, you know, cooperate from at the beginning, and then they're sort of friends by the end and saving each other. And I think Doug and Kevin are also really good as sort of the supporting characters. I'm not a massive fan of the bad guy in it. Like, I kind of get it, it works with the story, but he's not really that great of a villain. I don't know, it just doesn't really gel with me that well. But overall, I think it is like such a lovely film, and I like to watch it. I don't watch it that often, but every now and again I'll sort of chuck it on. I think it's, you know, it's really funny as well. I think it's probably one of the funniest Pixar films. I think it's just Russell really. But no, in 5th place would be Up. Really great film. Would recommend, although you've probably already seen it. For my number 4, I'm gonna go with Toy Story 3. So again, another film I saw in the cinema. I was quite young when I saw it. And again, another film. First time I saw it, didn't really make me cry at all. But sort of as the years have gone on, I cry a lot at Toy Story 3. It's the ending, of course. The incinerator bit sometimes gets me, but at the very end where Andy leaves all the toys, makes me bawl like a baby. And Toy Story 3 I just think was a really lovely way to sort of end the Toy Story trilogy. I know that, you know, now we're getting Toy Story 4, and I'm a bit sceptical on how that's going to go. It looks okay from the trailers, but no, I think Toy Story 3 is a really great film. I think it sort of explores the toys dynamics a bit more, and we sort of see them having a bit more conflict than the other films. You know, it is a bit of a rescue mission, but more, you know, whereas Woody's kind of wanting to stay with Andy, and Buzz is wanting to go off to Sunnyside, and, you know, ultimately going to Sunnyside is not really a great idea for them. But yeah, I really love Toy Story 3. It's really good. I think it still holds up. Lotso I think is quite a menacing bad guy. He's actually pretty scary. Big Baby, I remember that one scene where they like make the noise and his head turns around when they're trying to escape. Like, scared the crap out of me the first time I saw it. And also the monkey bit, I still think that's a bit creepy. I don't like that monkey at all. But yeah, Toy Story 3, still so solid. Lovely ending for what was an ending. For all of the toys. Ken meeting Barbie, I think that's, you know, really cute to finally have, you know, a Ken doll to the Barbie doll that was introduced in Toy Story 2. And yeah, I think it's a really great film. And you know, to see all the toys get back together, because you know, before Toy Story 3, the second one I think was the very beginning of the 2000s, even maybe the 90s. So to get a new one after all that time, it was really great, and they hadn't lost any of the dynamic that they had in the first two. So yeah, Toy Story 3 would be my 4th choice. So my 3rd favourite Pixar film would be a more recent choice. I'm going to go with Coco as my 3rd best Disney film. This was really hard because I haven't seen it as many times as I've seen some of the other Disney films. But I just loved it the first time I saw it. I think it's such a good story, and I think it's more sort of geared towards adults, sort of the same way Inside Out was sort of children enjoyed it, but I feel like adults enjoyed it more. I think the exact same thing with Coco, whereas children got it, but I think adults sort of got the themes that they were going for more, of, you know, the sort of the death and the afterlife, and the, you know, the family theme running about. I think that more resonated with an older audience. But yeah, I really enjoyed Coco. Again, that might be the film that's made me cry the most in like any film I've seen in cinemas. Tied with maybe I don't know. So yeah, that's definitely the film that's probably made me cry the most in cinema. I don't know why. I think it was, I probably spent like probably close to Avengers Endgame for the most tears in the cinema. I just really felt a connection with the message in that film, and like Miguel and the journey he goes on, and you're trying to get the memories back of his relatives. I think it's really, it's really like real, and even, you know, even though there's supernatural elements to it, it feels like really grounded, and you can sort of relate to the message that, you know, we have relatives that are of past that, you know, further generations might not remember, which is the whole aspect of the film. But yeah, I really enjoyed Coco. I've only sort of seen it twice, but yeah, it's one that I'll love to watch again, and I will watch more in the future. So my second favourite Disney Pixar film would have to be Monsters Inc. Again, it's such a lovely film. I love Boo a lot, with a lot of, she's so cute. I'd love to have a child like that one day. I think she's just absolutely adorable, and her and Sully together is just his like father figure he has. And you know, Sully and Mike, their dynamic as friends is really lovely. I think Randall is a really great villain, as well as Waternoose. I think they're quite menacing. You know, Randall's sort of turning invisible thing, that's quite scary. But yeah, it's got a lot of funny moments in it. I think you know, the singing bit. I just think it's a really good, solid Disney Pixar film. I watch it a lot. I've probably seen it, apart from what my number one is, it's probably one of my most watched Disney Pixar films. And I just really love it. I just think there's not really, I don't really have a bad word at all to say about it. You know, they just work so well together. There's sort of the three main characters, you know, they're and all of the sort of the funny bits in it. It's again really funny. I just love it. I might have to watch it after this video actually, just because now I'm talking about it, I kind of want to watch it. But yes, and number two is Monsters Inc. My number one Disney Pixar film. It's not like a sort of an outlandish choice. It's pretty standard and generic. But my favourite Disney Pixar film ever is still Toy Story, the original, the first one. So yeah, the first ever Disney Pixar film. I honestly think it's just a complete like masterpiece. I know that phrase is sort of thrown around a lot and people are like, oh, everything is a masterpiece, but I actually do think it is one of the best films ever made. I just think like it's as an introduction to both Pixar and the characters in Toy Story, I think it works so well. And so the clashing personalities between Woody and Buzz and their different ideologies, I think is such a great, they really do work well together. And you know, to see them actually become friends towards the end of the, I don't think they're proper friends at the end of the film, they just sort of help each other out of a sticky situation. And Buzz sort of learning that he's actually a toy and not a space ranger is really good. And I think Toy Story is probably one of the films that has every single one of the supporting characters is fully fleshed out. A lot of times, you know, they're kind of irrelevant to the story, but you know, we have sort of Ham, Rex, Bo Peep, Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head in the second film. They all are really great, and they all work well. Slinky Dog, I completely forgot about him. And they're just all really good, and they're all they're all kind of just comedic relief characters, but they sort of have their own personalities in the film. But I just love Toy Story 1. I just think it's really great. It's got, you know, a lovely plot. Sid is quite a menacing bad guy. I used to be a bit sort of scared of him when I was younger because, you know, he's got the big dog, and I'm a bit scared of dogs. And you know, the fact that he has this almost like surgery, or he's kind of pulling toys apart, it's quite sadistic. Compared to sort of Andy, who, you know, plays with his toys all the time and is really caring about them. So yeah, I think Toy Story 1 has to be my favourite Pixar film. I've definitely seen it the most out of every Pixar film. I've seen it probably 10 times, maybe more than that. But yeah, I just love it. I'll never not love it. I also never ever get bored of it. Even though I can probably sit and just like quote it from start to finish. I've seen it that many times. I just love it. I think it's hilarious still. It literally will never get old for me. That's probably why it's my favourite. Where some of these other ones, you know, I might eventually maybe not necessarily get bored of, but it might sort of lose the magic. Whereas Toy Story 1, I feel like will never lose its magic. So yeah, that is why Toy Story 1 is my favourite Pixar film. So that was my top 5 Pixar films. I'd love to know what your favourite films are. I know there's sort of, well, in my mind, there's sort of top tier, mid tier, and then bottom tier Pixar. And sort of my top 5 are definitely what I'd consider in the top tier, whereas the mid tier ones would sort of be Ratatouille, WALL-E. I know a lot of people love those films, but you know, I think they're just okay. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think of your favourite Pixar films. You know, is it one that I've maybe sort of overlooked and maybe I need to rewatch again? Or do you sort of have the same opinion, you think Toy Story is the best Pixar film? I'd love to know just down below in the comments. But yeah, that's my 5 favourite Pixar films. I'll see you in the next video, whatever it is I decide to make. And yeah, I'll see you whenever I post next.